What's up, friends? Welcome to a Saturday edition of Daily Dub. And I'm about to drive back from central Wisconsin all the way back to Chicago, through Milwaukee on the way. Long day today. I got to reverse everything that I've done this week. If you've been watching my Instagram story, you'll see. So I got to go all the way back. Before I get to my topics, I did want to do cover a couple, I don't know, housekeeping items. So I put out a trailer yesterday evening for Dub Life episode 12, which is tomorrow on Sunday. It is very long. It's over 2 hours long. It is the length of a MCU movie, a lot of MCU movies, and I hope you enjoy it. It was quite a bit of work. It was a ridiculous few days, and it's where we go to a whole lot of Walmarts, and you know, when Big Dub toy hunt, we toy hunt hard, and we were trying to find all three waves, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and Kingpin wave, all at once for my buddy Steve, who was in town for the weekend, and doesn't have a lot of time to do that, and I promised him I'd help him find all three waves. So I hope you enjoy that. Put out the trailer yesterday. About the trailer, something new I'm thinking about doing for Dub Life episodes, putting them out midweek. It does take some work. There's nothing about that that's a monetary value. I just want to know if you guys enjoy it. So it doesn't have a ton of views right now, but I also put it out at night. I asked you to go check it out yesterday, Dub Life episode 12 teaser trailer, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you want me to do more of those each week for a Dub Life episode. If not, that's fine. I just don't want to waste my time if nobody's enjoying it. So let me know what you think about that. Second, these daily dubs. I'll have done 6 straight. That is in addition to keeping regular on my Instagram story. There's probably 15 minutes or so footage on my Instagram story most days. If you watch it straight through as like its own mini video. Plus, did the trailer. And then between an hour and 2 hours of Dub Life footage. And then, I mean, most importantly, my real job and traveling all over the place. And then you see I'm with friends and family all the time. Going to lots of different things. So my life is very busy, and I try to keep a pretty high energy going for all of this. And the reality is, if the camera wasn't there, 99% of what you see me do and how I act would be the same. The thing that's different is this that you're watching right now. I obviously wouldn't sit in my hotel room and talk to nobody in a blank space if I wasn't putting it on here. So this was my first week, like a trial, to see if you like it, to get some content from me through the week. So just on this video, let me know if you're enjoying these, and give me some feedback if you want me to continue doing these as I have the opportunity. I can 100% not promise that you're going to get a daily upload from me ever. I'm going to try to do it as much as I can if there's a lot of positive feedback and comments. But again, if y'all don't want it, that's fine too. So just leave some comments. Let me know what you think, if you like it, if you want me to continue doing it. This format, a different format, whatever. I want your feedback. The whole point of all this extra content is to interact with you, to give you something you'll enjoy, to bring a smile to your face on a day. That's all that matters. There's not, I mean, you know, now that I can get quote unquote monetized from YouTube, if I showed you how much money I made, like on one of these daily dub videos, it's in some cases like less than 1 penny. So it's not a money situation. I am doing it for you. So let me know. I'm going to try to remain interactive, but again, I'm not going to, you know, take the time to do it if folks don't want it. So please give me some feedback. Now, on to today's topic. We've got 2 questions. So one, this question's actually come up several different people, Jedi, DMF, Andy, and Caden, and they asked some realm of, why do I like the football teams I like? So I will specifically just talk about Penn State in college and the Ravens and the NFL and tell you the origin of that. So my father grew up in the North and Ohio, Pennsylvania areas. And so he is a fan of Northern teams. And so a lot of early memories I have as a boy and then getting to early teenager are of watching the teams that he watched. And when you're a little kid, you think it's fun to root against your dad. That's kind of a fun thing to do, you know. Those of you who have kids probably know that. And so Dad was a big Ohio State fan. I think over the last few years, he's not been a big fan of Urban Meyer and some of the way they've done things. So maybe his fandom's waning a little bit, but I think as a whole, he's still a fan of Ohio State University. He was very excited when they won the national championship a few years ago, etc. And so early on, back in the early 90s when Penn State joined the Big Ten, they started to become a rival over Ohio State, and I thought that was fabulous. So I'd cheer for Penn State because they were like a rival of Ohio State, and I thought it'd be fun to cheer against my dad. Pretty simple, right? As basic as that. And then in '94, they ended up going undefeated. Went and should have had an opportunity to play for the national championship or win the national championship, but they back then, before any semblance of a playoff or BCS or any of that, they just finished undefeated, and that was it. So that Penn State fandom stems back quite a ways. I've got a lot of players I like. I like when they were linebacker U, that kind of stuff. I coached defense a lot of times in my life, so I enjoyed it. That's how I like Penn State. Baltimore, very, very similar. Very similar. My dad's a Browns guy over the years. And when Cleveland moved to Baltimore, I just thought that was funny. And, again, being a child and at this time more of a teenager, they moved to Baltimore. I know he was upset about that. I thought that was funny, so I decided I'd start cheering for Baltimore. And, pretty quickly thereafter, they won the Super Bowl, and they've been pretty good, pretty consistently, almost the whole time they've been in Baltimore. So, it all just stems back to being a kid and cheering against your dad. Now, what I think is, full circle is now Dad and I will cheer for each other's teams. We'll watch games and cheer for each other's teams. And I would say Dad's probably more of a Penn State fan than he is an Ohio State fan now, and I think he cheers for the Ravens as well. And that's because as you get older, you want to share stuff with your parents, and you don't want to have negativity and that kind of thing. So that's where that comes from. The second thing from Mortal Ring Wars, just a very broad topic that I'm not going to get too deep into, but he asked for some of my thoughts on the final season of Game of Thrones. I will try to do this spoiler-free. It's going to be a little bit difficult, so if you want to make sure you don't get spoilers, don't watch this part. But I'll try to be spoiler-free. So it comes back here in a few months, in the middle of April. I'm very excited. It's kind of a bittersweet thing, too, because I really wish I had read the end of the story in books and not watched on TV, because it's going to change the way the books feel. But what am I going to do? So I believe there will be quite a bit of death. I think the two main characters, if you think about the way the last season ended and the main characters that were united for the first time during that season, I do not think both of them will remain alive. I think only one of them will. I do not know which one. I think it will be very, very bittersweet at the end. I believe that there will be some surprising heroic moments. I think there will be a very tragic death. I think there's going to be a story that does not come full circle. A lot of times in stories like this, you think, okay, well, this person's been a villain, and then they became a good guy, and they're going to get heroic ending. Sometimes that's not going to work out in this. So, people like Jaime, people like the Hound, who have been on an interesting Jorah, who have been on kind of an up and down, and you're not completely sure journey. I don't think they're all going to get a clean ending. I would imagine that we've still got a pretty significant story left to be told from the Stark family. Obviously, with Jon Snow, there's quite a bit of ambiguity that has to be resolved. And anyway, I don't want to be too spoiler full because I know that there's a lot of people right now trying to binge to get caught up. What I do know is I'm going to do like a watch party every Sunday. It's only 6 weeks. It's going to be emotional, I'm sure. They're all going to be dub life length, longer than an hour, I believe. And they're going to be incredibly cinematic. It's going to be like 6 little mini movies. So I'm excited for it. I would say this is probably a better forum to talk about on private messages and stuff, because I just want to be sensitive to folks, as this is a major, major, major pop culture event that is growing and people are trying to catch up, and I just don't want to ruin it with somebody accidentally watching this video. So anyway, this is already over 10 minutes, way too long. I got to get this put up before we leave. I got a long journey today. Again, I appreciate all your support, all your comments. Please just light this one up with comments and views. Light that trailer up with comments and views, and let me know what you think about those so I can make some decisions for next week. Till then, I want you to go ahead and squeeze it, and I will see you soon. Rub it. Got you with a double.